Hello, everyone. I hope that you are well today. We are looking at the Naked Heart Tarot. I will leave a link where you could purchase this deck if you would like to buy it, if this art speaks to you. I don't get anything for that except the extreme satisfaction of knowing that you loved this deck and you wanted to support this artist like I do. I am going to read to you directly from the guidebook because I loved this deck immediately, but when I read the guidebook, it really spoke to me, so I'm just going to read it directly from the book. Ever since I was a young girl, I have been drawn to all types of creative expression. Somewhere along my path, I deviated from my heart's true calling and ended up in a career that only allowed for minimal self-expression and creativity. I could feel myself closing down and feeling far from home. 4 years before I started the creation of the Naked Heart Tarot, I was in a bad car accident. I had recurring premonitions weeks before it happened. I literally knew it was coming. I just didn't expect it to happen. Ironic, isn't it? Progressively over the years, my car accident injuries continued to worsen. I found myself unable to do the active things I had previously enjoyed. I was in a career that did not resonate with me. I was very unhappy and dealing with extreme anxiety. I could not wrap my head around the added struggle the accident brought into my life. One day, I woke up. I'd had enough. I did not want to feel like this anymore. So I prayed. I asked the universe, please show me what I am meant to do for a living and what would make me happy and help others. I asked, I let it go, and I surrendered completely with no attachment to the outcome. My art and my spirituality connected. I started creating characters out of the spiritual things I was learning. I started with the chakras and then created goddesses. My spiritual art connection kept growing. Over the years, as I was working on these pieces, I could feel myself becoming whole again. I was reconnecting to myself, and still I didn't know what this looked like in the terms of a career, and yet I wasn't worried about it. I was trusting the process as it was unfolding. I felt myself being nudged towards tarot cards for the second time in my life. I started relearning it, and the images started pouring themselves onto paper. I was so excited. A dozen cards, and a few months in, my injuries went from bad to worse. I found myself on crutches and unable to use my left leg. The worst part was, no one could tell me what was wrong. I could barely sit, the pain was so unbearable. I spent most of my days laying in bed. The only thing I could do was draw. So that's what I did. Creativity was my painkiller. It quieted my anxiety and fear and eased my pain. I showed a trusted friend some of the cards I was making. She said, watch, you create this deck, and by the time it's done, you will be healed. Inwardly, I sighed. Outwardly, I laughed. I could not see it at the time because my injuries were so bad. Yet, I prayed she was right, and she was. The artist goes on to talk about her journey a little bit more, and she reminds us that if it hadn't been for those devastating and debilitating injuries, she would not have been able to realize her life's greatest passion. This was so impactful to me as I looked through the deck and I read the introduction to the book. The introduction also says, there is an old legend that says a long time ago, humans knew the secret to making their hopes and dreams a reality, but they abused it. So the keepers of the knowledge decided to bury the secret where only those who truly deserve the wisdom would find it. The secret keepers debated long and hard about the safest place to hide it. They contemplated the bottom depths of the ocean, but they knew the humans would eventually find a way to swim there. They contemplated the highest glacial mountains, but they knew the humans would ultimately learn to climb high. They contemplated the Middle Earth, but they knew in time the humans would learn to dig that deep. Finally, the wisest of the keepers stepped forward and said, hide the secret in the heart of the humans. Only the courageous and brave will dare look there. Are you the courageous and brave? I think you might be. Remember, you are loved.